Hello there, I'm Robin. Welcome to my channel, and this is my no buy year. So, if you're just joining my channel, welcome. I hope that you will subscribe, and if you like the content, I hope you will give it a like. But this year, I am really focused on doing a no buy year. And today I wanted to talk about the parameters. I hate the word rules. I am a rebel at heart. And whenever someone says rules, rules to a weight loss program, rules to other than a game, I like to follow rules in a game. But when it comes to my own life, I struggle with that term. So I'm calling it parameters. That was a long-winded way of explaining that I'm calling it my parameters. So I wrote down a few things that I just wanted to clarify and I've been thinking about, and I'm sure I'll probably add to this list as the year goes along and revisit some of these ideas. But to begin with, the parameters are going to be the things that I will not be buying this year. So, no new skincare until I've used up all of my items that fall into that category that, basically similar ingredients. No new shampoo, hair care, again, unless I've used up what I have. No new makeup, kind of the same thing as skincare, unless I've used up a product and I don't have something as a substitute that I can use instead, such as, currently I have 3 mascaras, so mascaras do expire, so I'll have to use those up and hopefully they won't expire all at once. This is an interesting one. No fad workout routines or diets. It's the first of the year. And are you not flooded in your YouTube feed whenever you're on monetized channels of workout, companies and supplements, and if you just take this, you're gonna lose 20 pounds. I mean, I'm not saying that those products don't work. I'm not saying that they don't offer benefit, but I'm just saying that for me, I've been drawn into paying for some of these things and never using them. And even when like some of the supplements that I did use them, I didn't notice a result. I didn't see a result. And so that was just for me. I'm sticking to the things that I know that are healthy for me, and going to continue to do my research. But when these ads pop up, and you'll be doing something, right? You'll be, cooking or making coffee, and you can't reach your phone to skip the ad. And before you know it, you're 10 minutes in and thinking, this sounds like a good idea. So I'm not doing that this year. Home goods. Now, this is one category that for me, probably I've spent maybe the most amount of money in this year. I don't know. I'll have to go back and check. I'm going to be revisiting my budget. I do track everything through an accounting software. So I will be able to look at my breakdown of where I've spent my money. But like, I love organizational products. I love the home edit. Like they got me. They got my ticket, because that is like the stuff that I love to do, is organizing. So in my free time. So yeah, that's going to be one that's a bit challenging for me. I will say that I went on a bit of a panic spending frenzy at the end of the year, knowing that I was going to do a no buy year this year. So over the past week, I've had packages trickling in. I've not opened them. I'm planning to do a unboxing. I don't know if that's going to trigger anybody to want to go out and spend money. I'm hoping that that's not the case, but I am saving all these packages for one big unboxing, and hopefully I'll get that out next week. So accessories such as hair, I got into the headband phase, which you'll see in an unboxing because I ordered a couple. Jewelry, which isn't a huge one for me, but just accessories in general, handbags, purses, wallets, and no new clothes. Now that is gonna be a difficult one. No new clothes, no new shoes, because I am a shoe fiend. I'm going to do a video possibly with Shop My Closet, and you're gonna see that I have not counted the amount of shoes I have, and so that will be interesting. So clothes, also being in the industry of fashion design, I'm always looking at different sites, getting inspiration, seeing what's trending. And so that is a slippery slope, because then, you have this ideal of what the kind of person, the cool, chic, boho girl I wish I could be. And I mean, clearly I'm not. I want to be that girl. I'm just not. I'm just never going to be that girl. And I have to face the facts. So things that I can spend my money on. Education, and not over the board. When I say education, I mean like I take guitar lessons. I've been learning to play the guitar for the past year. I do some improv classes, and I'm getting ready to take a sketch comedy class that a friend of mine is teaching. So I thought that would be a lot of fun. There's other things, like that pop up through the year education-wise, where you want to learn about something. But again, once I review my finances, I'm going to definitely put a cap on that and, make a budget so that I'm not overspending in those areas. Groceries, again, man, haven't groceries gotten expensive? It's pretty crazy. But I do think that we can cut back on our grocery spending a little bit, just by making some wiser choices with how we're consuming our food and using up what we have. And we've already started to do this, like making sure that we're using up what we have. I don't go out to dinner a lot. In fact, my husband and I rarely go out to eat, but I do like to go out with friends. So, a lunch or dinner date with a friend. And I want to continue to be able to do that. So that's within my budget. Gifts for other people. Now, this is a slippery slope too, because I could include gifts for my husband. And sometimes the gifts that I get for him are gifts that I actually want for us. So that's a little bit of a gray area. But yes, gifts for friends and family. I want experiences. I still want to be able to travel. And there's a couple of trips that I know that I want to take this year. So again, this is a little fuzzy right now, because I have to take a more serious look at our budget. And, I've kind of just always like, all right, I'm just going to put it on a credit card and I'll pay it off when I pay it off, kind of thing. And, sometimes that's like, zero financing, like through PayPal credit. But, that's very convenient, and it allows you to be able to do something and pay it out over time without interest. And that's the key, is to really be able to do things without interest, because that'll add up. Self-care. Yeah, so I don't get as many massages as I really would like to, as I probably need. These things are important for our health. And they're not necessary, obviously. And I said need, and I realized that's a want, not a need. And unless you're you have a really bad injury and, you need physical therapy or stuff like that. But otherwise, that's a, I don't know. It's kind of a gray area too, but I do want to incorporate more massages this year, because I think I might have only had, 3 total last year. And that just doesn't seem like enough for the way my body feels. Vitamins and nutrition. This is kind of falling under groceries, but I am on a regimen right now of certain supplements and put on that by a functional medicine doctor after I went through a period of I'll talk about this in another video too, because I think that this might be interesting to some of you. Went through a period of extreme hair loss back in the summer. I mean, extreme. And it scared me enough that I went and got tons of blood work and all kinds of tests done because I thought, am I dying? So, no, I'm not dying. I was just needed some nutritional support, which is interesting. Like my vitamin D was really low, and I live in South Florida and I get sunshine all the time. So, anyway, so those things I know I spend probably $100 a month on, if you really added it all up, and I'm gonna continue with that because I also feel a lot better now that I'm doing that. And then there's like safety items, if you're traveling somewhere and you need a piece of equipment to do that thing, like if you're going to go hiking or something and you need certain equipment to make it safer for you to do that. And believe it or not, I have gone a little bit hiking in some of my trips, and I have done some things where I was really glad, like I bought trekking poles for my trip to Peru last summer, and boy, I was so happy I bought those. Yeah, so things I can spend my money on. I wrote here gift cards from other people. Sometimes you get a gift card as a gift, and if somebody gave me a Sephora gift card, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use it, but I'm gonna try to use it wisely on something that I actually need to replace and not just a want. Now, there are some gray areas in here, and if you've ever really stopped to think about doing like a no-buy year, there are some gray areas, and I wrote some of those down. Like, I have had a very simple skincare routine for the past few years. Like I said in my last video, I went on a trip a couple of years ago to Peru, and there was no makeup. We weren't to use any skincare products because we were in a very pristine jungle location. And as a result, like I came back and I just was kind of like, all right, I don't need all these expensive skincare ingredients and things. And I really went very simple even with my skincare. I've started now in the past 6 to 8 months incorporating some more expensive skincare into my routine. But the more research I do, there's ingredients that I know that I'm not getting in my skincare that I really should start using now, especially that I'm 50 and this train is going in one direction. So anyways, as I do more research into skincare and what ingredients I should be adding to my regime, I may add those, but again, on a budget friendly basis. And that's remains to be seen. Not sure about that. Candles. I am actually an affiliate for Party Light. I don't know if you've ever heard of Party Light. I've never even sold them to anyone. You can, they used to do these home shows kind of like Tupperware parties or, other home parties. And anyway, so I became a representative or affiliate just so I could get a discount. And God, you love them, and it does add the ambiance to your home. But on the other side, it's kind of like you're literally burning money. Literally burning money. And I'm just not sure about that. Now, I do, I'll buy, right before Christmas, I spent a couple $100, and half of those things went out as gifts, but half of them were mine, and I'm still burning through them. But it won't be long before I burn through all of it. So anyways, that's just something I'm thinking about. What else did I put here? Oh, I have one credit card primarily that I use. It's my Athleta MasterCard. And I use that for things like bill paying and stuff like that so that I accumulate points and I get rewards as a result, which I can use at Athleta, Old Navy, Gap, or Banana Republic. And it's great because like a couple months ago, I bought a $98 pair of Athleta bottoms, and I think I paid $2 because I had all of the accumulated rewards points. So I think I can still use those from time to time to buy something. But I'm going to wait at least 3 months before I look at that, before I even go on Athleta and start putting anything in my cart that I'm interested in. I'm just going to not do that for 3 months. And we'll see how, by then I'll have a lot of points. That's pretty much it. That's just, I wrote Christmas decorating, ornaments, and decorating in general. Now, we don't have to think about this for a few more months, but a bunch of more months. But my idea was last year that I wanted to accumulate pink and gold ornaments. Right now, my ornaments are red and silver because I wanted a pink and pink gold and gold tree next year. So I thought I would start buying ornaments every month so that by the time we got there, I had all the ornaments. But now I'm like, no, this is my no buy year. So I think I will make do with my red and silver tree again next year. I mean, it's a beautiful tree, right? So anyways, that's basically my parameters. And I just also wanted to talk about, like, I don't want this video to be too long. I'm already, like almost 20 minutes in. I wanted to stop at 20 minutes. But thinking about, and I found myself thinking about this week. So I feel like if I find myself in these thinking patterns, that other people are also thinking in these thinking patterns. So I was listening to Hannah Louise Poston's. I've been kind of like, whenever I'm just doing things around the house, I'll have her playlist on from her no buy year. And she was, talking about, and it was like the second month in, and she had her birthday, and she had, a bunch of gifts from family members and her boyfriend, and she got a bunch of makeup. And, here in my mind, I don't have a lot of family. If you're familiar with who I am and you've watched my other channel with my husband, What's Up Watchtower, then you'll find out that we were raised as Jehovah's Witnesses. And as a result, I'm being shunned by my family, the majority of my family. So I only have a couple of family members that are in my life right now. So generally, and because they also weren't used to celebrating birthdays, I don't typically get gifts for my birthday. And even from my friends, it seems like, we maybe go out to dinner together, but we don't really exchange gifts like that. So I was like, I just was going in my head like, oh, well, the comparison. Oh, well, you had friends and family that bought you those gifts, and I'm not going to be able to get those things from people. I can't give people my wish list and get the things that I want. And I just stopped myself because I was like, we do this all the time. We compare ourselves to what other people have, other people are getting. And it's really like a slippery slope into a lack mentality and also a victim mentality. And, we do this all of the time. And I've really worked, especially over the past 2 years, to catch myself in those types of, kind of unconscious thinking patterns. And I caught myself doing that and feeling like bad, like, oh, well, I'm not going to get anything from anybody. And, and so I'm just here to say, like, catch yourself in those thoughts. Be the observer of those thoughts. and where they're coming from, and that they're coming from feelings of lack and less than and not being worthy. And, remind yourself, you have everything that you need. You are abundant. I mean, if you're living in a first world country, you're abundant. And, we all have struggles. And I mean, I've been there with, it was 3 years ago, or I literally, between all of my checkings accounts and savings accounts, and that was between personal and business, had about, in my checking and savings, I had less than $5. Okay. And then if you include our business and everything, we had less than $200. So, I've been there where you feel destitute. And things turn around, you can turn them around, and it won't always be like this. So that was just a gentle reminder to myself of be careful about this feeling of lack and thoughts of lack. And there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. Can't read my handwriting from up here. Oh, yes. Little lies we tell ourselves to justify our spending. And this is also, it's so tricky. It's so tricky. It'll sneak up on you, I remember someone in my family one time, who had lots of financial problems, couldn't be spending money. Really, they were in deep debt. They had filed for bankruptcy a couple of times, and they wanted to go to this concert. It was their their favorite artist at the time. Wanted to go to this concert. Didn't have the money for it, of course, but went ahead and said, well, if I just do this one thing, I will be content and I won't want anything else. And how many times have you felt that way? That there's something on Amazon, whether it be a kitchen gadget or something that you've been wanting for a while, and you think, okay, once I order this, I won't want anything else. This is it. This is the only thing that I want. And I'm going to splurge on this thing and get this for myself, and I won't want anything else. And it comes, and you have the boxes, and you're so excited, and you open it up, and you look at it, and then you use it, and then a few days later, you're on to the next thing that you want. And then you start obsessing about the next thing that you want. And, I've been there. I was just there a couple months ago, which is why I started this series, because I'm like, I got to get a handle on this. This is, I am living like a person who makes a lot more money. Or I'm pretending to live like a person who has a lot more money. And hey, I believe in visualization. I believe in the power of, laws of attraction and all of that. And that you can achieve those things. But I haven't achieved it. So I can't be living outside of my means to support a lifestyle that I want. And so anyways, that's just something to think about. If you're about to buy something and you have this feeling of, oh, if I just get this one thing. No, it won't be that just one thing. More likely than not, it won't be just that one thing. So anyways, I hope that helps. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching this video. And so this series is going to keep going. And I would love for you to join me, to subscribe, to share your thoughts down below in the comments. And if you're thinking about doing this and what your parameters are going to be, anything you want to share, I would love to read. So thanks again for watching, and have a great week. You're doing great.